Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. Bingo! And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza, plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
I missed it. Hello. So the Chicago Bears have hired 28-year-old Declan Doyle to be their offensive coordinator. First of all, killer name, Declan Doyle. Second, yeah, he's young, but 28 years old, that's the average age of heart attacks for Bears fans. Roll the open, Drew Doug. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? It's a Tuesday, and I did the math. Alex, we are only 291 and a half hours away from kickoff of Super Bowl LIX. 59 in New Orleans. Thanks for searching YouTube to watch the show that Kansas City Chiefs fans call the show that cares more about Taylor Swift than Patrick Mahomes. Not true. Maybe. Anyway, it's called Punchlines. It's a program that's a mix of sports, comedy, conversation, viral videos, and some smart, educated gambling advice. My name is Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And on the show today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Alex White. Alex White is here, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Alex?
I'll take that. Usually it's like a long intro, but that's fine.
It is. Hold on. It's because, what's the opening clip, Keith? That's one. All right. I do have a long intro for Alex. Here we go. We played the horse racing game Fortune Cup on her birthday last Friday. 4-time national champion UNLV's betting analyst, Alex White. Woo, Alex. Yay. Alex, we had a lot of fun on Friday. You brought a huge group, including your dad, Kenny White, who you will be on hosting Sports by the Book tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So it was you, Kenny, his wife, a bunch of your friends, Courtney. We had a blast. It was a good time.
It was one of my best birthdays I've ever had.
Come on, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's nice. We came down to Delirious down at Hennessy's on Fremont Street, and you guys came to the Late Show. We had a blast. Then we stayed and watched the band. Then we ended up at we were all over the place. But we had a great time.
Won a little bit of money with the horses, but nothing crazy hit, but that's okay.
Now, they have the Sigma Cup, which it's the last one in the world, right? So this is the quarter horse racing where they're kind of on metal posts. It's from like 1980. I did a little research a couple months ago. But then we went to Fortune Cup, the new modern horse one. And it's a silly thing to be gambling on. I don't know if you bet names or you bet numbers or you bet colors, but we played that for a while and we had fun. So here, let's take a look at today's punch menu, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. What's on the menu today? Well, I will tell you in 2 seconds.
May I take your order?
We have a European twist to our comedy clip of the day. We offer some gambling advice. We're going to talk props and the Super Bowl coming up in picks at 12:36 and in Punch Bowl Pundits. Then we'll close the show with legendary Kenny White's Dog of the Day and then our Dog of the Day. All right, but let's get to top of show breaking video. This was maybe my favorite clip of the day. So would you say you were shocked by Pete Carroll being hired by the Las Vegas Raiders?
Not really that
Yeah?
shocked.
What does Nick think as a Raiders fan? Is he happy with this?
Yeah, I think he is.
So the thing,
it could be a lot worse, right? Have you seen some of the other hires?
well, we're going to get to Liam Cohen. Don't worry, we're going to get to Liam Cohen. And then is it Brian Schottenheimer? Why am I forgetting the name? In Dallas, a guy who hadn't interviewed for a head coaching position in how many years?
I think 13.
Yeah, like 13 years, and that's the one Jerry Jones goes with instead of which
Big surprise.
a bit of a surprise. I mean, seeing as Dion's name was tossed around, right, and there was some better available names, so he goes with Brian Schottenheimer. But I like how you made your Jeff. I said to Jeff, I said Liam Cohen. I said, look at that. He just doesn't look like an NFL coach. We're going to show a clip that will cement my point that this guy is. I don't know how he's going to do in Jacksonville. Jacksonville seems like a cursed franchise. But anyway, so the Raiders hired Pete Carroll, who's 73 years old. By the time like week 1 of the season, he's going to be 74. So no ageism here. Good for him. So Pete Carroll wanted to talk about how he thought it was great. Sorry, we have something going on with the doors. It's very funny. Brendan Gaughan stopped in, and he's slowly going up. Now he's locked between the two doors. He's in the vacuum seal, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, Brendan Gaughan had a really good joke about artist here.
What's that?
That play at the South Point.
Okay.
I thought maybe he was thinking something about Pete Carroll kind of connecting with the South Point. That's why we love it.
Well, someone asked me, or who was asked me, said, where, it was in the montage yesterday, where will Pete Carroll be seen playing slots at 3? I said, South Point. He'll come down here, play some slots. We're pretty close. Maybe the M up the street, kind of closer to the training facility. Anyway, Pete Carroll's 73 years old. And he talked about, and I think this was really important, I think this was great for him to say to the fans, that he wants Allegiant Stadium to be more like the Raiders' house, right? Because a lot of the teams that are playing the visitors, there's more fans. Like when Pittsburgh was there was without a doubt more Steeler fans. So as he's explaining how he wants to make it more like the Raiders' home, someone screamed and interrupted him. This is funny. So here we go. Here's Pete Carroll.
Wherever our fans come from, we do want to fill our stadium
All
up
right,
with
so
our
he's
guys.
talking.
I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Mark, settle down a little bit.
So he said Mark Davis. Good joke.
Yes, I
Good
think
joke.
so.
Right? He's acting like it's Mark Davis. Now, here's one thing I'm going to say. This is good news for Raider fans. The fact that a 73-year-old man didn't jump or flinch at all at that, that's a good sign. Means he's focused on the job. So he had no idea who it was. He said, oh, Mark, calm down, thinking it was Mark Davis. No, it turns out it was actually an old player of his and a legend in the NFL and around Raiders. Here, it was Marshawn Lynch. Take a look at this. So this is where he finds out. Beast mode.
Oh, no, where you been? Were you up there the whole time? Were you just hiding? You ain't hear me yelling at you? No, I didn't. Was that you that yelled? Yeah. You know what yell, man? Who else gonna run that way?
Who else gonna yell when you talking? That's like the best clip of the day. I love how they had to subtitle it because you can never understand what Marshawn Lynch is saying. Maybe he had a mouthful of Skittles. We don't know. Which is the candy his mom gave him after he scored a touchdown and he ate through his NFL career. Not really the product of health, but on that notion. But it's a great hire and that was a lot of fun. And I like the hire for Pete Carroll.
I have two things to say about this.
Go for it.
You could always understand him when he said he was only there so he didn't get fined because he said it so many times.
Yes,
so
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
And if he's not mad at him for Super Bowl 49, then we can all forgive Pete Carroll and maybe think he's going to do a good job.
I don't know if it was Matt. I think it was Matt who brought up last week. So Pete Carroll and Tom Brady, right, are working together. So I brought that. I go, wait a second. So the first thing he says to Pete Carroll, Tom Brady says, if it's ever goal to go on the 1 or 2, run the ball, don't pass, right, and be like, we won the Super Bowl because you're a bonehead play. But that play was the Patriots against, the Tuck rule was Patriots against Raiders, Pete Carroll versus Brady, so there's a lot of connections there. They have said that Tom Brady will be very involved in the quarterback search. So I don't know what that means, but I think Brady's going to look at the roster of all the free agents and go, well, I think I'm better than all these guys. I'm coming back. Still feel like he might play again. I really, really do. I think a lot of people, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, one of the Steelers quarterbacks, maybe be in the Raiders. You can't go with Kirk Cousins. I don't know what they're going to do.
No.
They'll probably they're going to draft high.
There was something on TV literally yesterday that said it projected for the Raiders to get Shador still, which was weird. And I don't really know how that would happen. But.
And how does Dion feel about this? Because it seems like he's already going to influence where he ends up.
Yeah.
I saw a mock draft where he goes to New York. So who knows? By the way, anytime you're online and you see a mock draft, I click on it. Have to.
Yeah.
And you scroll down to your favorite team. You want to see who, whatever. And then you start reading. Then you start buying into it. So it's just silly that the day we haven't even played the Super Bowl yet, and we're talking draft.
Right.
That's how the NFL monopolizes the world.
That's right.
Okay, we have a second. Excuse me. We have a second video now. Alex, you weren't here yesterday. Jeff was. Usually on Monday, we discuss the games over the weekend. We had a discussion about horrible Eagle fans, right? We showed them climbing up grease. Even though the poles were pre-greased by the police, they were still climbing up the poles. And I was a little hard on the Eagles fans. But, I mean, deservedly so. So maybe I was a little hard on them. Okay. So here's a clip that's actually a sweet clip. Here we go. Okay, so roll this clip. Oh, it's a guy firing a gun in the crowd. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, there's your Eagles fan right there. By the way, this is how Philly that is. No one flinched.
Yeah, he just starts yelling, go
Yeah,
Birds.
he just starts yelling, birds. And they highlight in the story, that man fired a gun. Now, first of all, I want to say, you realize bullets do come down somewhere. They don't just evaporate into the air. But it's amazing that no one flinched. Guy fired a gun. People are like, hey, go birds.
I heard a couple girl screams in there, but that was about it.
Now, I promise that I will show some nice clips about Eagles fans. I just wanted to kind of go over again, once again, that they're crazy. I don't know. So how do you feel about the Super Bowl matchup, Philly versus Kansas City?
In my opinion, power rating wise, the Eagles are better. Like, I have them a small favorite, like 1.5 point favorite over the Chiefs.
And the line here is a 2?
Chiefs 1.5.
Chiefs 1.5.
It
okay.
moved to 1.5 now
It did.
already. So
Okay.
that means somebody came and loved that too.
Yeah.
So now everywhere is 1.5. But so power rating wise, I do think that they are the better team.
Yeah.
This is all right. We'll see. They can get it done.
It's kind of your Ohio State. You wrote Ohio State all year, even when they had lost to Oregon. You said I still have them higher. Maybe scoring 7 rushing touchdowns in one game when Dallas had scored 6 all year, which we showed yesterday, was hysterical. We'll talk a little more. We'll talk about the big game a little more, and that's crazy. And coming up in the Punch Bowl, I want to shift gears to the NBA for our final top of the show breaking video. Actor and Oscar nominee for playing Bob Dylan, and he did a great job hosting Saturday Night Live. On Saturday night, actor Timothy Chalamet got a nice gift from Karl Anthony-Towns. So he's sitting courtside. Knicks attendance looking pretty low. Obviously, this is before the game. So look at that. Gives him an autograph jersey. Timothy Chalamet, that he can basically put a belt on and wear it as a long dress. He's okay. So I'm watching this clip, and all night Saturday night when I'm watching SNL, I'm looking at Timothy Chalamet. I'm like, he looks like somebody I know. Oh, yeah, he looks like Drew Dog, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Dog directing the show. Drew Dog, right? Come on! Now, my question to you right before we went on the air was I was like, oh my God, thank God you're directing. Have you heard this before from friends or strangers that you look like Timothy Chalamet? Okay, so I'm first. Can we go back to a still of Timothy Chalamet? Is there any way? Or just play a little of the clip again? Okay. What?
Oh, my gosh.
Come on. You got to shave the mustache. He only has the facial hair down below. All right. Put some headphones. Yeah, I mean, you kind of do.
Yes.
Not kind of.
I mean, right when it panned to him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going 8. Oh, my God. Okay.
He should do a look-alike contest.
Oh,
Andrew,
that's right. They do those. Alex,
for you.
that was like a trend like a month ago. They were doing all NFL players, and it really started with the Timothy Chalamet one. And he showed up at his own.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew Dog, there's some extra money on the side.
I think we both have extra low BMI. So, the messy hair, the mustache.
It's training. Well, listen,
I'm really training for the role.
We're in the entertainment capital of the world. We could pass you off as a Timothy Chalamet lookalike, and you just show up at places, make a couple grand, sign some. I'm going to talk to you after. What's that? Like the movie Dave, where Kevin Kline became the president. Exactly. All right, we're on this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a comedy clip of the day. Well, since we're a gambling show and we love big wins, especially when somebody hits a big parlay and goes nuts like this guy. So here's our comedy clip of the day. Now, I don't know if you've ever done this, if you ever hit a big parlay, but do you start removing your clothes? I don't know. So he had a parlay on touchdowns.
Yeah! Yeah! Come on!
Oh my gosh.
There it is. Throw your socks.
Yeah!
Oh, my God. Hopefully we cut this clip soon. There you go. It's getting hot in here. So take off. I just hit a parlay. I'm going to take my clothes off. Very strange, but it made for a funny clip. I mean, I don't know. Probably had a few beers before that, but congratulations.
Instantly, I thought of 4 Christmases when one of the kids, like, that's how he expresses his anger. He just takes off all his clothes and goes streaking. That looks like him grown up.
Let's make that a trend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look for more clips on that. So here in the United States, we all know, this is one more comedy clip. We got a bonus. We know about the Philadelphia Eagles Tush Push. And in Germany, apparently it's a hit as well. Here's some German dudes. What did I say, German dudes? Here's some German dudes in Germany demonstrating, in my opinion, the play that should be banned. Alex and I will talk about it in Punch Bowl. So here we go. I don't think they ever spank. I've never seen Jalen Hurts spank the center. Cracked him. And it just sounds funny in German. Tush Push.
Offenspieler da hinten einfach wirklich am Po.
Nein!
Und meistens sind es ja 2 Spieler. Damit kommt
nochmal
diese zweite Welle. Die erste Welle wird meistens gestoppt von der D-Line und dann kommt
die D-Line
von hinten.
Great clip. All right, let's do a roll call, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Who found that, and how did you find that?
It was, Oh, we scour the internet for choice clips on this show. All right, so my kickoff question, by the way, it's very funny because the show on my computer is a few seconds behind. I'm seeing him smack him in the butt right now. Okay. Kickoff question, what's your favorite prop bet to make on the Super Bowl? We want to point out, if you come down to the South Point right now, you can grab a prop sheet, NFL Championship Game 59. So there's a lot of good props here. We have team props. The player props are not out. They'll be out later. What was that funny thing you heard somebody say about the prop bets, the player props, that they just played or whatever? Someone said,
Oh, yeah. It was actually a sportsbook director, too. I heard him say, well, we're pretty much done. These two just played 2 years ago.
So we'll just look back. We'll tweak it a little. The hard work's already been done since we have a rematch. By the way, in the rematch, Philadelphia, I didn't know this. Odd years, the NFC team is considered the home team. So it's the 2025 Super Bowl. So they got to choose their uniforms first. So they went green, which I think you have to.
Yeah.
So that means the Chiefs will wear white, but it turns out that that's a good thing for the Chiefs because that's what they beat them in a couple years ago. So if you were wondering what the uniforms will be, there you go. Because it was 2 years ago, an odd year, Philadelphia got the first crack.
Well, there's some trend that the rematch, the second team,
4-0?
hardly ever or never wins the rematch.
I think if there's a rematch, it's 4-0 for the victory.
We were probably talking about it last year because we had the rematch for the Niners, too.
That's right. Anyway, come down to the South Point. You can get your sheet. As you know, you come down, you hit one of the windows, you get the best money lines, best odds in town, right? So it is at 1 right now. Is that right? The live line? 1.5. Sorry. 1.5. And what's the over-under?
That I will have to check.
Is it 50?
It moved down a little bit. I think it might be 49.5.
All right, so if you want the best odds and the best time, what the heck was that? Was that my phone?
No, it's my computer.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
What's going on? Is it time for Grandpa's medicine?
I must have been listening to how to pronounce somebody's name.
Is that what that
before
is?
the show? No, I'm just kidding. But that's when I usually turn up my volume.
All right, let's check out roll call. Here we go. Mini Dar. Super Bowl points scored versus NBA player props. Oh, my God, Mini Dar. The first time I was ever in Vegas for a Super Bowl was 1996, and the bet that day was what will be more, the Buffalo Bills total or Michael Jordan's total in a game. And that was my eye-opening moment to see a prop bet for the first time. I was like, this is the greatest idea in the world. And I didn't bet it, but I just thought that was a great one. Dean Hill. Hello, everyone. I like to play over-under props where you take a range for over-under. Evan Natola. I looked at yardage by running back. I look at yardage by running backs and quarterbacks. JR, kickoff question answer. Over-under of how many times they show Taylor Swift on TV. Was that actually an available bet last year? I think it was, right?
I don't think that can be in Vegas.
Not in Vegas.
Right, but
some of your offshore, you can do that. But by the way, what's stopping someone who works on that show from saying, take the over, I'm putting 10 grand? Okay, Nick Sansone talking about Pete Carroll. He's on board, ... for now, on Pete Carroll being the coach. And Reno Paul, coin flip is the classic best bet, and Gatorade color is always great too. Wow, we have Dennis Evans' stolen car. Dennis Evans had his car stolen. There's someone who's taken that name. I like to bet how many bags of peanut M&Ms Dennis Evans steals. It's always the over. Keith Lyles says, I think Marshawn could still get you 1 yard. It looks like he could. Anyway, you guys are always the best. Joey B, kickoff question, Super Bowl prop. How long will it take Frank to nap once kickoff occurs? Over under 43 and a half minutes. I take the over. I'm going to stay awake for the Super Bowl. I have to. We'll have a big show the next day. But I just said that I'm not thrilled about this matchup. So I have very little interest in either team. I wouldn't mind. I wanted Buffalo. I wanted Detroit. I wanted a team that never won it. Now we have two teams that have won it recently.
Yeah. The only reason why I have interest is because I already have a bet. But otherwise, I might be a little disappointed too.
Is that a futures bet that you have?
do.
Do you want to share it with us or you don't want to jinx it?
No, I have the Eagles beating the Chiefs 18-1.
Oh, really? Damn.
Remember we talked about last week? I said it was kind of an emotional hedge bet.
Emotional hedge. You're stealing hands on.
Yeah.
JR, I never understood. So he says, I never understood Riley owning the three-peat thing. Does he make money on it every time it's said? Would he make money right now if Frank says three-peat? I think it's for like merchandise, right? Excuse me. If you see a shirt that says three-peat, he's getting a chunk of that. Because that when the Lakers won back-to-back, he came up with that phrase. The alternate ones, people are like Cheat Pete, Chiefs Pete. Chiefs Pete seems to be the one. If you're going to get a patent for something, get that. Because you know they're going to print up a ton of those shirts. And if they don't win, a lot of kids in Africa will be wearing those. All right, Drew Dog in the director's chair. Love to see it. Drew Dog is up and running. There you go, Joey B. All right, good job, guys. Yeah, prop bets we're going to talk about in a second here, but let's get to some That's Crazies right now with Alex White. Here we go.
That's crazy.
What? That's crazy.
Meow. There's Chalk the cat. He likes favorites, so I guess he's betting KC. We don't know. We'll have to look into that closer to the Super Bowl. All right, Alex, what do you have us?
Did you say what side you're leaning or not yet? We're going to wait till it gets closer.
I haven't even thought about it. I mean, I probably, knowing me, which you guys have accustomed to, I won't bet it. I won't bet a team. I'll just bet some props.
You have no problem with how many Super Bowls either franchise has, right? Because you totally screwed my Niners bet last year with that whole thing.
I did.
The
Well, I didn't
Niners
want
can't have as many Super Bowls as the Steelers.
If Kansas City wins, it's 3 in a row.
Okay.
It's 4 in 5 years, right? Steelers did 4 and 6, so that's still the record.
Okay.
So if Kansas City wins, I'll be a little bummed. But I think my hatred for Philadelphia fans, other than Deb Whitkus, who does the show, other than that, I don't really. I have a hard time rooting for Philly, even though it's like Keystone State. But my rule of thumb has always been, I've always rooted for the National League in the World Series because I was a National League guy with the Pirates and Dodgers. And in the Super Bowl, I'd normally root for the AFC.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I think that was a thing longer ago that you went with your conference. I don't know. I don't really care, which is actually a good way to watch the game. I'm not going to care.
Yeah,
Whoever
it is
wins, good for you. If Philly won, I'd be like, well, okay, Kansas City didn't set a record. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with seeing greatness in your lifetime. If I get to see a team win 3 Super Bowls, which has never been done, hey, I watched that and it was pretty cool.
I agree. That is what you have to tell yourself. Or you can root for Saquon Barkley because it'll be his birthday and he got out of New York.
Talked about the Giants fans will just die because I believe, I think Mahomes has passed Barkley a little as the Super Bowl MVP odds have come out. It's Barkley, it's Mahomes, and that's pretty much it. Barkley and Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then I think you have Kelsey there, and then there's some real long shots.
Well, I think
Jalen Hurts, too.
Yeah.
A Gold. I'm sure Belenkoff is so excited about Pete Carroll. You know, and I was going to ask Kevin. I haven't even texted him. I haven't talked to him in a while. Like, what do you think about Pete Carroll coming over to Vegas? He hasn't said anything.
What about Geno Smith?
Geno Smith? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Didn't he like freely say, "Go Russ to Denver"? We got Geno.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, worked out for everybody, didn't it?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so anyway, that's crazy. Go for it, Alex.
Okay, so I have 2 of them. I have one about the Chiefs, and then I have one of them about the Bills. So we'll start with the Chiefs here. So this is from Evan Abrams from Action Network. Since 2019, the Chiefs are now 30-4 straight up with Mahomes on an extended prep time during the season. But I did. Wow, that's good too. They grabbed that. So against the spread, though, is 18-6 because somebody commented in there and said, what about against the spread? Keith, I was already thinking ahead. But still, straight up, 30-4 and with a point spread of 1.5 and a money line of what?
18. Oh, sorry.
Minus 130.
Oh, yeah. 18-16 against the spread, right.
125, 130. So.
All right. Interesting. All right. And what's your second one?
So this is about the Bills, which is pretty crazy in itself, dating back to 1972. NFL teams that have scored 4 touchdowns, committed 0 turnovers in a playoff game are 85-6.
Oh my gosh.
The Bills' last 2 playoff losses at Arrowhead are 2 of the 6.
2 of the 6. That's a brutal stat for Josh Allen to hear. It's just so
No
frustrating.
turnovers.
I mean, for Bills fans, losing 4 Super Bowls in the early 90s and now very similar here. No turnovers. Although, Jeff and I pointed out on that first drive, it looked like he was going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
He was just, he was all over the place. And then the rest of the game.
Well, and then
He's pretty
the
locked
ball
in.
bounced in their favor often. I think there was 5 fumbles, and they jumped on all 5. So
Is that
4
right?
by the Bills, but they recovered them, and then 1 by the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, actually.
Was the sneak by Josh Allen on 4th down at midfield early in the 4th quarter, was it a first down or not, in your opinion?
I don't think so.
I'm rooting for the Bills. I would lean towards no.
Yeah.
But there was so many different angles. Oh my God. I don't know. That changed the game right there. That really was the biggest play, I think.
But if you really want to go back, I mean, the worthy catch is the weirdest one.
You mean the ball that hit the ground and they gave him a catch? Yeah, that's another thing where the conspiracy theorists will say, come on, the NFL's fixing this. They won't too. So look, it's not fixed. They're going to blow some calls, but that one is suspicious, to add a little fuel to the fire.
Yeah. Big John Gruden fan over here, and now he does so much content because he's with Barstool.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And
What did he say? I didn't see it.
he said you can't put yourself in that position for it to be up to the refs. Like, you didn't.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That is a great, yeah, right. Don't leave it up to them. Beat the other team. And Josh Allen, when you saw him go to the podium for his press conference, did you see him take that big breath? Like, he just went, okay, I have to answer the same questions I've already answered a million times about losing to the Chiefs. Here we go. And he said, look, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs, and we didn't do it. So that's the truth. All right, my turn for That's Crazy. And I go to our friend Jay Kuda. Actually, he's not a friend of mine, but we'd like to think he is. We've contacted him about being on the show. He has not been on the show. But he writes, post yesterday, if the Eagles lose the Super Bowl, this is excellent, they will have 666 wins and 666 losses in franchise history since 1933, which, seeing those number of the beast, seems appropriate since most of their fans should end up in hell. But anyway, all I'm saying is if they win, then we don't have to worry about it. But this is another thing I want to talk to Jay Kuda about is how did you see this, or what are you doing? I want to know how much stuff he actually throws out. Like, he gets an idea, sits down, comes up and he goes, oh, well, that doesn't work. So to get to that nugget, how many things did he have to do?
I'm sure quite a few.
He's tremendous. All right, I just had the one, right, Drew Doug? Oh, I have another one? I had double Jay Kuda. Forgot about that. All right. Excuse me, guys. Fighting a cold. Jay Kuda. Oh, Alex and I were talking about this before the show. In this century, every time the Super Bowl has been played between 2 teams, with one team traveling east, one team traveling west, the team traveling west has won. This year, the Chiefs are traveling east, Eagles traveling west. So you see all those wins and W's. So that tells us the team traveling west wins. That's the Kansas City Chiefs then.
No.
Right? Oh, Philadelphia Eagles then.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're Kansas City. Yeah. So according to that, Jay Kuda, once again.
The team that has to travel more east, right, will lose. So.
Yes. One team traveling east, one dog's facing east, one dog's facing west. The other guy's going, what do you want from me? I'm doing a Goodfellas line for you, Reno Paul. The team that's played, now I'm confused. The Chiefs are traveling east.
The Chiefs are
Drew,
traveling
save this for the montage. Alex and I trying to figure out what a compass
it's
is.
in New Orleans,
right.
Remember?
Who's going to win, according to that stat?
Philly. The Eagles are going to win. And the Niners helped that out a lot because of their double losses. But if you look on there, the Rams, that is not their Super Bowl win because the Rams won in LA. That's why they didn't have to travel east. And that's how they
depending on where the players live, they might have had to take the 10 west or east. You know what? You know what we would do? We could get on Jay Kuda. So we could get in his head so badly if we DM'd him or posted on that. Well, could you figure out where every Ram player lived and if they traveled west or east to get to SoFi Center? Good stuff. All right. We love you, Jay Kuda. Thank you so much. Let's take a couple comments. Minidar.
Wait, that is interesting, actually.
If Mahomes wins another one, Brady is going to start shaking, although Brady never lost to Mahomes. Dana White always says, don't leave it up to the judges. There you go, Keith. Minidar, Brady will pretend he loves Mahomes. He doesn't. Brady treated folks like crap. Wouldn't shake his hand. Was on TV pretending he liked Foles, too. Oh, yeah, he didn't like Nick Foles. Hated Nick Foles because of the Philly special. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's take a look at today's episode and today's date in AI Magic. Today is episode 328, episode 328. And the 328 area code is Georgia. Georgia. And this is interesting. 328th area code to be put into service. So of all the area codes, that was the 328th. So they said, well, give them 328. Today's July 28th, 2025. And here we go. We got a lot of them. That's right. National Lego Day, National Kazoo Day, National Humvee Day, National Blueberry Pancake Day, National Plan for Vacation Day, Speak Up and Succeed Day, National Kazoo Day, which I already said, National Daisy Day, Data Privacy Day, and Rattlesnake Roundup Day, and National Gift of the Ladybug Day. There's a lot. I'm going to give you the sheet.
Okay.
There's a couple on there twice. Don't try to read into that, which I'm sure Vince did.
But
you're not cheating.
Oh, wow. There's...
All right, which one's fake? Drew Dog thinks Rattlesnake is fake. Jerry's going Kazoo. Vince is going Plan for Vacation. Drew Dog, you say Rattlesnake. Ann, are you in on this?
Kazoo.
She's going Kazoo. All right, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Timothy and go with Rattlesnake Roundup Day.
I'm going with Timothy. It's already started. It's already starting. Timothy Chalamet. In a day and age where we're trying to conserve and protect the earth, you actually thought there was a National Humvee Day? There's no National Humvee Day. They're gas guzzlers. And I fooled you all once again. I am 2 for 2 this week.
2 for 2.
Mwahahaha. Celebrity birthdays. Ariel Winter, who played Alex on Modern Family, turns 27. And rapper Rick Ross turns 49. So we put them all together in the AI machine. What do we got? Rick Ross in a red eating blueberry pancakes. Is it bath day? What is... I don't understand why he's in a bath. Oh, he's in a cup. All right, and then we have Ariel Winter playing a kazoo with a bunch of Legos because it's National Lego Day.
On a train or something.
What's that?
On a train, isn't it travel something?
Oh,
or
yeah.
It
looks like she's back in the back of a van. That's looks like she's in a van down by the river. How many fingers does Rick Ross have? 6? Yeah. Why is it that AI images constantly put more fingers on human beings? It knows that there's lizard people on Earth and that they're taking over.
Not one rattlesnake, though.
Not one rattlesnake. Well, it's in the cup and behind her. But Lego, I never played with Legos much. I wasn't a Lego guy. Legos? And you love Legos? I didn't play. Timothy, did you play with Legos? You seem like a Lego guy. What?
In our garage, there is like stacks of just miscellaneous unorganized Legos that are probably worth hundreds of dollars at this point.
Did you have like Star Wars ones or?
Star Wars, we got SpongeBob, we got like Harry Potter, but none of us.
And what's the address on that again?
Motivation. If you could come over and put like 25 sets together of all miscellaneous pieces, you could have.
Uh-oh. And saying no.
Didn't Ann just say that was the last thing she bought on eBay?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Wait, were those for yourself or for the children? Okay, all right. Well, you never know. I mean, people collect all sorts of things. All right, let's open up the punch bowl. We got some stuff here before picks. We got 4 minutes or so before picks. Odds that Frank strips down to his Kirkland brand boxer briefs in the studio if the Pirates win the pennant, even money. Yeah, I would do that. But if you really want to know, boxer briefs are Amazon brand, and it's Calvin Klein they have a deal with. So envision that. Today I'm wearing blue, I think. Hold on. Dark blue. Keith, don't dare me.
Win to me.
All right, what do you got first there, Alex?
Number 2.
Punch bowl 2. All right, listen. I've been giving Eagles fans a hard time the past couple days, deservedly so in a lot of ways. But we actually, this is actually a nice fun clip where some guys actually do the tush push while watching the game. Now, we saw Germans do it earlier. Here are some guys that do it to inspire the team whilst watching the game on the television. This is funny. It is cool. So they do it in unison, in sync.
Gosh.
It does, yeah, right. So there you go. That wasn't the first time they did it. Maybe the first, pick up, go long. Pretty funny. I mean, again, they're Philly. I have a lot of friends from Philly. I could root for the Birds. I don't know. Are you into the colored controversy? Because there is some green and red in the logo this year.
Yeah. Of course.
There was no blue or silver for Detroit. But there was a lot of teams with reds, though, with red. That's what we discussed on the way. Anyway, here's my question for you, Alex, today. Go ahead, read it, please.
It is, should the tush push be banned from the game?
A lot of fans hate it. Seem like it's unfair. Now, when I grew up watching football, you couldn't push a player forward. Now you can. Reggie Bush in the national championship game, right? Matt Leinart pushed him in, and that was illegal back then. But now it's part of the rule. So basically we're getting scrums like rugby. But do you feel like, because there was rumors after Philly won the Super Bowl a couple years ago with it, that maybe it should be banned, that it's an unfair practice. What do you think? Do you like seeing it?
Right, but it's so funny because now that we saw Washington, they were so good at fourth down conversions. Yeah. They were actually better than Philly was with the push tush. Yeah. So there's nothing you could really say. I hate it because I feel like it's literally just like a let's see who's stronger.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Going up against
really
each
is.
other.
Which is kind of the mentality of football.
I guess you're right. So, but I don't think it should be banned.
Okay. Without Jason Kelce, they're not as good at it, but they're still darn good.
Yeah. Well, that was a backup center.
Oh, yeah.
The last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And okay. Well, I don't know. I just feel like you see it coming, and if it's your team, you love it. If you're an Eagles fan, you're like, Tush Push is the greatest thing in the world. If it's not, you're like, oh, Christ, here it comes again. I don't know. I'd ban it. All right, next one. We'll do one more before it picks. Excuse me.
Ban it. Number one.
Number uno. Okay. We have a cute clip from Isaiah Rodgers and his girlfriend or wife. This, if you're ever wondering what it's like to wake up as NFC champs, well, here's a player waking up as NFC champs, and they recorded it. So there's some music there we might have to pull down, but just know that they're dancing. I'm not sure what that dance is called. But there he is. That's him, verified on social media, Isaiah Rodgers, cornerback. So there you go. I think it's kind of cute that he sleeps in his uniform, apparently, and with no blankets on. But very funny clip. I mean, the social media is going to be great leading up to the Super Bowl. And what was my question for you on that one?
Did any prop bet jump out to you already?
Okay, yeah. So we told you we were going to talk about prop bets. Remember, come down to the South Point, grab your prop sheet right here. Best lines for everything that you want down here at the South Point. Anyone jump out at you?
Well, because I just kind of started browsing, and I need to send one in, actually, to Rob Misch from the Chicago Sun-Times. And he wants it very soon, before all the props leave me here, which, as you were saying, Friday, the whole packet should be complete from Chris Andrews and company here. But the first one I looked at was a successful 2-point conversion.
So good.
And the yes getting a nice plus price. So I saw it's plus 210 here, which I think is still pretty good. And I saw plus 250 somewhere else. So if you shop around and get the best number. But I feel like in the playoffs, didn't we see
a lot
of teams attempt? Some even have successful. So
I think it's a great bet. It's what did you say the line was?
Plus 210 here.
It's
for
plus
the yes.
money. Yeah. It's plus money for yes. It's not just attempted 2-pointer. It's going to have a successful 2-pointer. So two really good offenses. The scores always get screwy close at the end of the game. Possibly a 2-pointer. It's going to happen. I think this is a great. The extra points aren't as guaranteed. Team might have to make up for a missed extra point in a crucial game. I love that bet. And you had mentioned unanswered scores. Here it is. Will either team score 3 unanswered times? Excludes extra points and 2-point conversions. It's minus 160 right now. So the reason being is Chris says the wise guys like that bet a lot.
Right.
And it was something we talked about last year when we were watching the game here in Booth 23, and it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I think I asked him, like, isn't that a good plus price?
Yeah.
On that no, and he's like, no. You'd be surprised, but a team does score 3 unanswered times more often than not.
Yeah. All right, longest TD in the game. Now, see this. This is my bet right here. Longest TD in the game will be over under 39.5 yards. Of course, what am I going to bet? I don't even have to say it.
Over.
I'm going to bet over and hope for a long completion, a long Saquon Barkley run, or a worthy reverse, possibly, or a flea flicker or something.
Yeah.
I usually do longest completion, but I would do longest touchdown for sure, over 39.5.
And all of that talk about the brotherly shove, shortest touchdown in the game, Under 1.5 yards?
You get a pass interference call in the end zone. They're at the 1. Both of these teams are good at getting it in with either Mahomes or Kareem. And then Barkley and the Tush Push. So I like that bet too.
But it is, minus 180 on that under.
It's a lot. So come down to the South Point. Take a look at these prop bets, and player props are a-coming. All right, it's time for picks at 12:36, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, we were talking about prop bets, so that was still kind of pickish. So we're good, 12:36. Punchline picks. At 12:36. Every time I look at the screen, all I see is Rick Ross holding blueberry pancakes in a bubble bath. Very strange. Okay, Alex, what do you have for us today on picks at 12:36?
So we are going to college basketball.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I'll tell you after your pick. We're going to college basketball. West Coast Conference here, Oregon State, Gonzaga. We're going over 153. So these two have already played this year. It was a very high-scoring game. It did go to overtime, but still 98-89. And Oregon State upset Gonzaga. Gonzaga is the 5th best offense in the country. They're the 38th quickest. They average 70 possessions per game. And then Oregon State is much better offensively than defensively. And they are actually a really good three-point shooting team. They're 26th best in the country. So I'm expecting a lot of points in this one. It looks like it is going our way, too. So we're going over 153.5.
All right, nice. I watch college basketball. You got to start watching college basketball a lot. Football's ending, so you got to get into it. Watched my one of my favorite rivalries, UCLA. Jeff gave out the pick on the Bruins last night, and they won.
Yeah.
They have not lost since, and we showed some of Mick Cronin's rants. They have not lost since he really laid into his team.
You're right. We talked about that on our show, too.
What's that? Oh, you did? Yeah. I'm always going to root Bruins, so that was good. And he actually said lean towards Arizona. Arizona was in a good spot in that big matchup against Iowa State, and Arizona won.
Very, very fortunate to get that win.
Great game. Yeah,
yes.
I was flicking around between both of those games. All right. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Did you just have the one pick?
Just the one pick today.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't tend to give out great advice on hockey. If you bet my bets this year, you've won money. Baseball last year, you definitely won money. But hockey, basically, we have the teams that are playing today. We did this once before. I took the pennant for each team. I threw it up, whatever team landed on the microphone. It was the Calgary Flames, and we even had it in a montage that Drew Dodd cut. Calgary Flames stuck to the microphone. I bet them. They won the game.
Yes, they did.
So you were suggesting that I try to get it to stick to the microphone. I think I have to loosen them up a little because they're already bunched. All right, let's see. We'll try them. I got to throw them up?
Yeah, you still got to go.
Oh, God. Okay, well, let me do another throw. Well, wait, one landed on Alex's lap.
I don't want this one.
Shoot. What was it? Carolina?
Yes.
All right, well, it's Calgary Flames. We're doing the Calgary Flames. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like a magician in Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, you basically saw right in front of your life. I'm like Oz Perlman, the mentalist. This landed closest to me. Did I try this? No, not at all. We're going Calgary Flames. Who are they playing tonight again?
The Washington Capitals.
Oh, no! My second most hated hockey team. I hate the Flyers. I hate the Caps. What's that? Plus 120 on Calgary? All right, well, there we go. Calgary Flames. Could I go 2-0 this way? By the way, I'm not advising you to bet any money. It's kind of a fun bet, but keep an eye on the Calgary game tonight. The flag came to me, so we're going to go. It's like my chucker bet, which, by the way, the chucker bet cashed in way more times than not. I did bet
definitely had a winning record.
Oh, winning record with that. I had the AFC game. I had Josh Allen. It didn't happen. Threw a touchdown. I think it was 34 yards. I needed 36.5. So I didn't get it, but I was short by just 2 yards. And then Mahomes had a 30-yard completion, but I needed 33, or he had a 27. So it didn't hit. But in the Super Bowl, will I be betting the chucker? Probably. But anyway, all right, Calgary Flames tonight. All right, we got a few more things. Oh, sorry?
I was thinking, because you keep doing the zip code thing with the episode.
Area code, yeah.
Area code?
Zip code we'll get to. That's going to be 15,000 shows. 1523, that'd be 15,000 shows. We'll start we start back east and we move west. Is that how it goes? Yeah, zip codes start with the lower numbers east and go to west. Like Super Bowl teams that have to travel and win. Anyway, Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Georgia was today. They are playing today, college basketball. They are the favorite, hosting South Carolina, who has not won an SEC game.
Oh.
That maybe.
Keep an eye on that too, ladies and gentlemen. Don't wager money just for fun. We'll do that bet right there. You guys are pretty good at getting your own bets in. If you have a pick, by the way, in the chat room, go for it. Let's see. Rick Ross looks like a gas guzzler. Well, National Humvee Day. There you go. Nick, Bills tried it last weekend and it didn't work out well for them. He's talking about the Tush Push. No, it did not. Evan Atola, St. John's minus 4.5 at Georgetown. I would call that a Big East matchup, but it's not a Big East matchup anymore. But all right, we'll take a look at that one too. Evan Atola, thank you very much. All right, Alex, go for another punch ball. Oh, we got more in there. We got plenty of stuff.
All right, number 5.
Number 5.
Oh, gosh, I'm scared.
Why are you scared of number 5? Okay.
That's why.
Talked about this with Jeff yesterday. He seemed baffled by my take on this that Alex seems to agree with. The winner of the least likely looking head coach in the NFL is Liam Cohen. Now, I also, Liam, not a football name, Cohen. Keith, how many Cohens have been in the NFL? It was a running back. That was a little running back for the Eagles. Tyreek Cohen. Okay.
Had a Muslim name, first name, a Jewish last name.
Muslim first name, Jewish last name. And he crossed himself Catholic when he scored. So anyway, here's the coach, the new coach of your Jacksonville Jaguars, doing the Duval chant, which, as you know, here we go. Audio up, please. Duval. Thank you. Oh, my God. If you're a fan, is that firing you up? Marshawn Lynch is at a press conference, goes, I can't do it with my throat. Raiders! Scream, guttural scream. This is your head coach. Duval, if you don't know, is the county where Jacksonville plays their game, and that's become their rallying cry. Duval, they do big, boisterous. That's your head coach who looked embarrassed to be doing it.
Well, and you said it perfectly, right? That's like the phrase everybody loves. Yeah. Especially you watch, all these coaches, you're like, okay, I'm ready to run through a wall for them.
Yes.
You're not really getting that same vibe.
So right before they take the field, he's going to go, hey, guys, Duval. All right, go out and win. What's that? You can call me Liam, sure. Anyway, what was my question for you on this one? It's very easy.
How long is it going to take for the Jags?
Will the Jags ever win a Super Bowl under Liam Cohen? Will they be a good team? Look, I don't know anything about what I'm talking about when it comes to his resume. I just know that, you look at Dan Campbell of the Lions.
Yes.
It's a football coach. He played the game, big, talks in footballisms. This guy, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm going to root for him. Maybe he becomes my favorite head coach. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like a head coach. All right, what's next in the punch bowl?
Yeah, I mean, did Arizona State's coach? Now I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, the kid. You actually
Kenny Dillingham.
Kenny Dillingham. There you go. Maybe at his age, he should go by Ken.
No, I think he's
still in his early 30s, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the guy you run through a wall for.
But at first, we were a little iffy, right?
Yeah. But then he went nuts.
Then
he started going crazy. He's like, I got to motivate these kids. You got to motivate millionaires. College is one thing. Millionaires.
Well, no, they're millionaires too now.
Well, whoa. Whoa. Which made the montage, by the way, if you didn't see it. And I did it on stage on Friday at the show. I even did a whoa. I whoa to Alex from stage on Friday. Got her back. And I forgot to, do you think? Okay. That's an inside joke. All right, what's next, Alex?
All right, number 3.
Punch Bowl 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. It's another Eagles clip that's nice. It's educational and motivational. So Punch Bowl 3, we showed clips yesterday of these idiots that they just feel. Jeff and I talked about what makes someone go, I need to climb a traffic light. So one guy did it, and he did it better than anybody else.
That's really fun.
I would say alcohol does it. But look, they're reading the book. They're reading the book that A.J. Brown helped the author raise his percent sales on Amazon to like 54 million %. We showed he was reading Inner Excellence. Now, is he understanding anything he's reading as he sits on top of a traffic light? And anywhere in the book does it say, to become the best person you can be, climb upon a greased telephone pole or traffic light if your sports team wins a big game.
While intoxicated.
Whilst intoxicated. So many videos came out of this. I don't understand that. So what was my question to you? What's the last book you read? Can you think of any book you read?
So I don't.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Can you? That came out wrong. Did you ever read a book?
Keith thought that was so funny. Oh my gosh. Keith,
so have you ever heard of books?
I actually have like 3 credits. I get a credit a month.
On
and
what?
I listen to books. Okay,
Audible. That's acceptable. What was the last one you listened to?
It was actually Gambler.
Okay, doing a little research.
Billy Walters. And then
yeah.
Chris's book is actually on here too, which was one of my more recent ones.
Make sure you go to Amazon, check out Chris's books.
And One Day, 40 Years of Bookmaking in Nevada, Chris Andrews. You can also get it on Audible too. But I'm going to get that book from that AJ Brown was
Inner
leading
excellence?
to. Yeah, I was actually thinking
This guy's sales are rocking. This guy's making so much money. You could probably find a signed copy on eBay and get some Legos and get a signed copy of Inner Excellence from the author whose last name is Murray.
What's your last book?
Last book I read, I think it was a book on Saturday Night Live, actually. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. And I have Chris's book on my nightstand, which I read frequently. I pick read a story, too. So we're both kissing up to Chris.
I have
Buy his book on Amazon.
I have a book on my nightstand, too, that I have not opened yet, and Andy would be very disappointed. Have you read How to Be Funny?
I don't need to read that. I wrote that book. This is a book I don't need. I killed it on Friday. Oh! Jordan! I just threw my empty water bottle right into the Miss Vicky's box. What were you saying?
It's
something about how to be funny or whatever?
Yeah.
Whose book is that?
Oh, my God.
Is that Andy Martello's book?
No.
Oh.
But he said it was a very good book. I wouldn't know because I haven't opened it yet, as you can all tell from me doing these shows.
Oh, so you downloaded that one?
No, that's a physical book he gave to me to borrow. Apparently, I'm not.
Andy, if you're watching the show, books still at Alex's.
Yes.
All right, we got a couple more punch balls. Go for it, Alex. What else is left in there?
I thought for sure you would know, and it was like a classic.
How to Be Funny?
All comedians
Keith, are you
read.
familiar with this book, How to Be Funny? A book I read also, Pat Cooper, who Ann has ties with. His book was very funny. I read that maybe a year ago. All right, next.
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay. We love this. This probably would have been better with Matt. But anyway, I love listening. Now listen, if sometimes during a game, not big games, I was in front of the TV. I like listening to a radio call. I enjoy it. Keith's a big fan of listening to Matt do his UNLV calls on football and basketball. So I like when you hear radio announce calls. So this is the Chiefs winning the big game, and this is really great. Just very happy.
Get off the Chiefs! You can dislike the Chiefs! You can disrespect the Chiefs! You're going to have to deal with the Chiefs being the first team in National Football League history to win back-to-back Super Bowls and go to the Super Bowl for a chance for a three-peat.
What is that note he grabbed really quickly? Fireworks, explosions. Look at this clip.
He made me nervous. I thought he was calling that jinx right there. You're going to have to deal with them being the first team to three-peat. I was like...
good for that. I love listening to these guys because these are the guys that are with the team all year, right? If you watch games on national TV, you're getting crews that aren't there a lot, right?
Right, yeah.
But these are the guys that are there. They're at spring. They're there when they're working out in the summer at college campuses. They're there with them, getting to the players. They're traveling on charters, possibly, maybe even. Anyway, just a great call. Love hearing the radio calls. Good job, Chiefs announcers. All right, any more in there? What do we got?
The question was who,
I'm
not
sorry.
from a gambling, but just from a fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not from a gambling point of view. Who are you rooting for?
I don't
If
want
you
to
didn't
say
have
as
a future bet.
fan.
Yeah.
I'm all about the better team winning, and I think that Philly has the better O-line, the better defensive line,
The
better
trenches.
defense.
Yeah.
Actually, there's skills positions.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, Devonta Smith,
But
and
what do
Saquon
they?
Barkley.
But what do they not have?
Patrick
Mahomes. Again.
Yeah, they have the better quarterback on that side. You're right.
And if Jalen Hurts has 2 weeks to really rest up.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
They were right there. But he ran a lot too. I think that was the best he's looked since he was in the Super Bowl.
There's 2 quarterbacks in this on the rosters. On the Philly side, you have Kenny Pickett, drafted.
him.
What's that?
We saw him.
We saw him end the game. So Kenny Pickett's going to the Super Bowl, and Chris Duncan or whatever was also a Steeler draftee the same year. He's on the Chiefs. He's second or third string. So the 2 quarterbacks that former GM Kevin Colbert drafted in the same draft are both going to the Super Bowl. They're not starters, but they're both in the Super Bowl. So
That's pretty crazy.
either way, one of those former backups is getting a Super Bowl ring. Is there any way no one can win this game? I don't get it. All right, we have 1 or 2 more? Or is that it?
One more.
One more. Go for it.
I don't think this has...
Oh, it's Punch Bowl 4, right?
Yep.
It doesn't have anything. It does. We did find the clip, right? Yep. The referee. Okay, good. So can you roll this, Drew Doug? Thank you, sir.
Washington has been advised that at some point the referee can award
This is from yesterday. You guys couldn't find it?
Yeah, we couldn't. Yeah, yesterday.
For now, it's a replay of second down.
Yeah, I got lost in the shuffle yesterday. Jeff and I talked about this. And Jeff and I both admitted, look, we were good at knowing rules. We've been watching football our whole lives. Never knew this was a rule.
No. That he could just give them.
They can award a score.
Thank you.
So, but then who does? It would have been so cool to see because who does get credit with the touchdown? Obviously, it seems like it's just a team touchdown. I'm sure there's some rule of that. But I mean, watching that game and hearing him say that, I'm like, well, what? You can do that? Never heard that.
I knew they could warn them, because after the second time, he's like, I'm going to warn you if you guys do this again. I didn't really realize what the consequence was. But I wish we could actually show him jumping over.
Well, yeah, we talked. Yeah, it just kept jumping over, I mean, at some point, it's ridiculous because there has to be a cap limit on that. So we found out that is a rule. Polamalu used to time it perfectly. LeVar Arrington used to also do it, but they timed a little better than Frankie Luvo. Luvo? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Last book read. Goosebumps was the last book read by Nick. Jerry Trevino just finished Atomic Habits by James Clear. What is Atomic Habits about?
Oh, it's good.
Self-help book?
It's a really good book.
You've read that one?
I have.
Or listened to it?
More than once.
Oh, you've read it more than... You've read it more than once?
I've listened to it.
Oh, you've listened to it more than once. There's nothing wrong. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited, very honored. Entering the chat, Timothy Chalamet has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put all of my SNL check on Buffalo last Sunday. Now I'm stuck directing Punchlines with Frank Nicotero. All right, thank you for that. Very funny. Okay, we have Kenny White's Dog of the Day, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off the shizzle. Here we go. Kenny White's Dog of the Day, little puppy pointing at Oklahoma, plus 8.5 at Texas A&M tonight. You're nodding in agreement with that, or did you look at that game as well, or did you guys talk about this one?
It did make my board as well.
Okay.
The Sooners did, plus 8.5, because there's revenge. Texas A&M went to Oklahoma already this year and beat them, so don't know if they're going to win. A&M has the better defense, but I think the Sooners will keep it close.
All right, there you go. And here is our Dog of the Day to cap off another episode of Punchline. Dog skating, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about hockey. This is what I want the Calgary Flames to look like tonight. I want them to have their sticks high, tails wagging, getting me some goals. Go Calgary Fidos. There you go. I don't know. It was a dog thing.
Calgary is the dog.
What's that?
Calgary is the dog.
Yeah, Calgary's the dog.
I'm running to the window, ladies and gentlemen. This has to hit tonight. You know how I advise you not to put money on it? The world is coming together. They are the dog. Oh, my God. Calgary Flames, go, go, go. All right, thank you to everyone for jumping in there. Even Natola, oh, no, that's a sex book. Okay, all right. I don't know what that means, but very good chat room again tonight. You guys are always super active. We really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. If you're new to the show, click subscribe. You can enter the chat room tomorrow. Tomorrow on the program, Alex White is back. Nope? Yep. Okay. Can't remember what day it is. I took 2 doses. I'm going to real quick. 2 doses of NyQuil last night. Took it at like 9:30, fell asleep early. Woke up at 2, wide awake. Up till about 3:30, looking at stats. I couldn't fall back to sleep. I'm like, let's do a second shot. Always a good idea. Then slept like a baby. So actually, it's the discount brand from Walmart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow on the show. Punchlines. Line stands for Live in Nevada every show. Thank you.